Hey, Courier Girl here, and I want to talk about job search websites. So, you may have seen some of my job search videos where we go to different cities and we look around for courier companies and we search courier jobs. And there's a lot of job search websites out there, like Indeed's a big one, and there are other ones. And you can apply right through the website for the job. And I just wanted to talk about some of the kind of downsides of that. It's fast, it's easy to do, but if you've done it, you may notice that you don't always get a call back. And then you're like, what? Are these people really hiring? Like, they advertise they want jobs, and those places aren't free. They have to pay for that. And then they don't even get back to me. Well, I wanted to talk about some of the reasons that might happen and the way that I approach it instead. All right, so job search websites are really impersonal. You're not a person, you're just an application, like a number. So they may put a job out there and they may get hundreds of applications. Like people will go on those job search sites and just hit apply to tons of jobs, not even really looking to see if they're qualified or if it's a job they'd want. But they're just, casting wide nets. They're trying to apply everywhere. And so therefore you get this company that has hundreds of applications and they don't even look at most of them. Maybe they look at the first few that come in. And so you may never get seen. Also, and this is something that a lot of people don't know, the job search websites have software that pre-screen your application. So they're looking for certain keywords, certain criteria. They have some kind of algorithm that pre-screens your application. So if 100 applications are put in for a certain job, maybe only 20 of them even ever get to the person who advertised. So you can't think that somebody at that company is actually even getting your application. It may be screened out before it even gets to them. And you don't always know what that criteria is. Like, it may not even make logical sense, but nonetheless, it's there. The other thing is, some of these job sites, to even apply for a job, they want all sorts of things. They want you to have a resume. They want you to have a background check. They'll have you fill out all this personal information before they even talk to you about the job. You may not even want the job. You may not be a good fit, but they want all this information just to put the application in. I was visiting a friend of mine who was putting in an application I think it was for courier work, actually, through one of those sites, and they wanted a background check. They wanted like information on a police report. They wanted you to upload drug test results. They wanted you to take personality tests. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just a drive. This isn't like, you're not applying for king of the world or anything. What the heck? It's way too much, way too detailed for not even knowing if you're a good fit for the job. You may hate the company and decide, I'm never working for you. So I personally would not go through all that if I haven't even actually talked to the company. And I don't think companies think this through. I think what happens is these job search sites, yeah, we can get the qualified candidates and we can do all this stuff for you. And so they sell the companies on all the stuff they can do, but what they don't realize is a whole lot of people aren't even going to go through the process because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for not even having talked to them yet, for not even having an interview yet. So yeah, that's some of the downsides of job search sites. So what do I do instead? I've already told you this in the videos that I do about job searches, but I like to call the companies directly. If a company says no phone calls, that's kind of a turnoff to me because I think it's impersonal and I think they're not really interested in hiring good people or in working with good people. Also, you can get a vibe from the person if you talk to them, a vibe of the company, a vibe of the personality. Is this somebody you'd like to work with? A lot of times with smaller companies, you're talking to the owners or a higher up instead of just some human resources or random person who isn't even going to be somebody that you would be talking to. And so I'm more for calling the company. They may still want you to put in an application through a job search site, but if you have that first contact, you'll know whether you want to put in the information, whether you want to even apply to work with them through a job search site. The other thing is those sites are not geared towards independent contractors. They are geared towards employer-employee relationships. So the stuff that they're asking for is all about you becoming an employee, even if the company is looking for independent contractors. Because the job search sites are set up as employer-employee, that's how they're presenting the information. So remember, as a courier, you are an entrepreneur, you are a business owner, even if it's just an owner of one, business of one, you're still independent. So you are dealing with peers, you're dealing with people who are other business owners, who are your equals, and you are making a contract to work together. You are not signing on as their employee. So it's approached a little bit differently, if that makes sense. And job search sites just don't really do that. So those are the downsides of job search sites. I use them to find people who are actively looking to hire, but then I usually contact the company directly instead of trying to go through the site. I just find it too cumbersome. They want too much information up front before you even know if you want to work with them. They often have these software things where your application never even gets seen, and it's just been much better for me to contact companies directly and people that I know that are in the same business. So yeah, that's it for now. Just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, and I will see you on the road.